Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Game of Trades and this is going to be a technical analysis of the silver futures. This is actually the first time that I cover the silver futures. I think I made one video on gold, and it's pretty similar to gold in the way it behaves, but the chart is actually quite a bit different. So today I'm going to review the weekly chart of the silver futures and tell you guys what I see on it. I actually see quite a bit of potential. So if you guys are new traders and you're looking to invest in gold and silver, I'm gonna leave a link in the description and you can check it out. It's actually a website where you can invest in actual real gold, so you'll have absolutely no price decay, no ETF time decay that comes with some of these leveraged and artificial ETFs. So let's get right into it. This is, as I said, a weekly chart of the silver futures, and dating back to 2012, we'll say, we have been in a huge downtrend, similarly to gold, actually. But gold has recently, as I said in my last video, you can check it out if you haven't seen it. It has recently showed sign of the beginning of a bull market, which is not really the case for silver. You can see we're clearly still in a downtrend. The only thing that is positive is that this low, this previous low, is actually lower than this one. So you know, to keep it simple, we're actually making a higher low, which is the beginning, I guess, of an uptrend. But let's focus on what we're actually seeing in the patterns. Here we had a huge wedge pattern building from 2013 to 2015. All right, and we had divergence on this pattern. Right here, the MACD was starting to make higher lows all the way through to 2015 and even beginning of 2016. And when we broke this wedge pattern, we broke it, back tested, and then we had a huge rally during 2016. Similarly to gold, the gold had a very similar rally to silver, and that was actually almost a 40% rally to the high. Yeah, 42% rally. So that's a nice a nice jump, and silver is not something that will go to zero, if you know what I mean. Some stocks you can invest, and there's a risk that the company will go bankrupt, but silver is a commodity, so that's why I like investing in actual real silver. I know that it's an investment that cannot go to zero. It will never do so, and at one point in time there will be bull markets in silver, there will be bull markets in gold, so it's really not an investment you can say is risky. All right. So one more thing. Obviously, now let's take a look at what's going on right now in silver. That's a more interesting part, and you can see that we're actually building the exact same wedge pattern that we had in 2013, 2015. Now it's 2016, 2018, beginning of 2019 even, obviously. So the same kind of wedge pattern that we're having, and combined with the bullishness that we're seeing in gold, I'm putting high odds, at least for me, this is how I'm going to trade it. I'm putting high odds that when we break this trend line, we're going to revisit this level and perhaps even higher. You can take a look at countless and countless videos on YouTube and articles that tell us why silver is bound to have a bull market quite soon. So when we do have this higher low right here, and if this wedge plays out, which it will when the trend line breaks, we'll have a measured target right here. You can measure the target of the wedge right here. It's going to go right till this resistance level. And if we start breaking above this, that would put silver in a uptrend, and that would definitely start uh, getting some traction, getting some investors in silver. The sentiment is extremely bearish right now in silver, and when we do have this break of trend line, I guarantee that it will explode and rally, uh, perhaps even more impulsively than gold. And you can see what happens when silver is in a bull market. I don't have to remind you that it can go up for years and years and years non-stop. And if you catch a bull market in silver, will be as successful as the stock market. For example, you can see from let's let's see 2003 to 2008 to the top. It was a 450% gain, which is actually pretty considerable. And I'm not saying that this will beat the stock market, but I'm saying this is definitely an investment to make, to diversify your portfolio, which is extremely important in investing. And silver is at an extremely low price. We're coming to the end of a huge downtrend with a wedge pattern telling us that a reversal is extremely likely, and we're starting to hug the downtrend line. If it breaks, well, it's likely to have some pretty nice gains. So that's how I'm going to trade it personally. We're seeing some additional divergence on the MACD. You can see right here. That's also a pretty good sign. The price is making a lower low, whilst MACD making a higher low. That's another sign that this wedge pattern is likely to break pretty soon. So perhaps one more touch of this trend line. I'll put some arrows so you guys know my two scenarios. That would likely happen. So I'd say within 2019, 2020, we're looking at a probable silver bull market along with a gold bull market. And it's just a question of time. Obviously, you can extend these lines all the way to end of 2020 right here. So yes, this wedge pattern can go on to much lower, and perhaps even undercut this low. We'll have to see, wait and see, but again, it can break out anytime now. And my investment strategy for silver is to slowly accumulate investments as the price goes lower and lower. This is how I usually trade these kinds of wedges. I know that the price will go much higher in the future, and so I just accumulate and lower my average price down as the price goes down. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about on silver today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed